In this video, we will show you how to replace your front outer tie rod end on the Chevy Silverado. This is part of your front steering, located behind your front wheel. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Make sure you're in a safe area. We're going to have to safely raise and support the front of the vehicle so the wheel's off the ground. Once you've done that, continue on to removing your center cover with a 22mm socket. After that, you'll find that you have 6 22mm lug nuts. Go ahead and remove those and then remove the wheel. Now that we have the wheel off, we have a clear view of our tie rod ends. In between the inner and the outer, you're going to find a jam nut. Use a 22mm to break this free. Since we're doing this on the driver's side, I'll be using a 22mm and we're going to be turning this clockwise here. Once you have movement from here, separating it from the outer tie rod end, move along to the outer tie rod end nut, down underneath the knuckle ear here. Use an 18mm for this. The next thing you'll have to do is break the outer tie rod end stud free from the knuckle. As you can see, ours are already separated. If you found that yours did not want to separate, you could lightly tap along the knuckle here, causing vibration, and it should want to separate for you. With that separated, take hold of the outer tie rod end. We're going to start turning this counterclockwise to remove it from the inner tie rod end. While doing so, count the amount of turns it takes to remove it. So when you go to install the tie rod end, you'll turn it back in the same amount of threads. 1, 2, and so on. Let's use some anti-seize on the threaded area here. Now we can install our new outer tie rod end. We'll take this and install it the same amount of turns as it took to remove the original. Start it on there. 1, 2, and so on. Let's get this tie rod end in here. Start on your mounting nut here. We'll bottom this out and then torque it to 48 foot-pounds. Once you have that torqued, the next thing that you need to do is pay attention to the slots on the mounting nut and the hole that goes through the stud of the outer tie rod end. We need one of those slots to align with the hole. If for some reason it does not align, continue tightening the nut until the very next slot does. Once you've done so, continue on with your locking cotter pin. Slide it through, pin it over. Let's pin this over. Let's continue on with the jam nut here. We'll turn this until it bottoms out against the outer tie rod end. After you have it bottomed out, just make sure it's nice and snug. This will prevent any adjustment to happen while you're driving down the road. There we are. Just make sure that the tie rod's pretty level with the ground here. Let's get this on here. Once you have the wheel in place, continue on with all 6 of your 22mm lug nuts. We'll bottom these out, get the wheel safely back down on the ground, and then we can torque each of these 6 lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds. With the wheel on the ground, let's torque these to 140 foot-pounds in a crisscross manner. torqued. Let's reinstall the center cover here and snug it up with each one of these locking nuts. Perfect. Okay friend, we've got our vehicle back together. At this point, go ahead and take it for a road test safely down to your local alignment shop. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.